Hello everyone, I am the Uncharted Avenger, and today I have a Uncharted review for you. And today I will be reviewing Beyond Two Souls. Beyond Two Souls is a video game where a young girl named Jodie and a mysterious force or ghost, the game calls it an entity, is linked to her. She can't go anywhere without him, and he can't go anything without her. It's a very good game. There's been ratings of 6s, 5s. The highest I've seen is maybe a 7. And this game definitely deserves higher than that. And I am definitely going to give you the reasons for that now. Now, one, Beyond Two Souls is not your regular video game. Basically what you do is walk around completing quick actions to go through levels, and most of the levels are cinematics. Now, people's been making jokes about the game, saying it's an interactive movie, making jokes about it, when it's not a joke. That's what it is. And it's definitely a great change of pace. I've never quite played a game like this. I've read it's a lot like Heavy Rain, but I've never played Heavy Rain, so I wouldn't be able to tell you if it is like that or not. I've played the demo, and it does seem like it plays a lot like the demo, but you know, demos aren't exactly 100% like the game. So you're probably wondering, well, why should I play this game then if it's hardly anything gameplay wise? Well, it has nothing to do with the gameplay, but everything with the story. The story is incredible, probably the best story in a video game. Also, I've seen people complaining or be confused about why they chose to do a forward then backward movement with the story pacing. It explains it in the game. I'm not going to spoil it, but it clearly says why it's like that in the game. Just nobody ever seems to pay attention to anything anymore. In this game, you can choose to be single player or multiplayer, which I thought was incredible since Heavy Rain did not have this. And it's, once again, it's a very strange change of pace because you both can't play at the same time. One person is Jodie, and the other one is the entity known as Aiden, who he can go through walls, he collects stuff, he can move stuff, I guess, with his mind. It doesn't really say how he can push stuff. He can control people's bodies, he can choke people. And it makes for a really fun gameplay, and especially for two-player, because I was playing with Uncharted Swag. I was Jodie and she was Aiden, and it was very fun as two players. And since you can't both play, you seriously have to wait on each other, and you have to rely on each other, which makes it very challenging, but also very fun and rewarding at the end. Also, what's really cool about Beyond Two Souls is the first time you can use your iPad, or iPhone to play a video game, as in with the PlayStation 3. I mean, you can do that with the Xbox with the Smart Glass, but it's the first time you can ever use it for the PlayStation 3. The graphics are also really amazing. It's almost to the PlayStation 4 type graphics, but it ain't quite there yet. And motion capture just completes the game. Along with motion capture, Ellen Page, who is a very famous actress, or at least famous enough that it's innovative for video games, is in this game. And also Willem Dafoe, or aka the Green Goblin, is in the game also. So it takes not only great storytelling but also great acting at the same time. So really, it is an interactive movie, but when people say that, it's not really an insult, because that is what it is. Now, the cons I do have some cons, if you believe that, after I've been saying all the good stuff about it. There were glitches, there were facial glitches, which I know sometimes that was just an entity taking over somebody's body, but at other times, there would just be glitches where people would just randomly just kind of move without walking, and some of their body parts would kind of like flab around a little bit. I don't really know what the word would be. I'm gonna just call it flabbing around. But it's not enough to get you distracted off of what you're doing, and like seriously, I probably saw it only happen like 4 or 5 times throughout the whole game. So yeah, it's a really short review because there isn't much to tell, because it's all about story. It's not about gameplay. There's fun multiplayer. You can play with your iPod if you don't have a second controller, or your iPad or your iPhone, any of them. So yeah, I'm gonna give a rating now. I was actually really thinking that I shouldn't be like out of the group, you know. I mean, all the big people rating it 6s and 7s and 5s even, but I decided to take a risk and say 8 out of 10. The game is really great. I don't see what the big problem is to other people. It's a really fun game, and it's very innovative. It's very different. It's everything that I think a lot more games should be. And the story just isn't really just a story. It's very emotional too. Now, the last time I've been moved like this from a video game is never. Like in games, you know, you just boom, headshot, boom, leg shot, stab, stab, stab. It's very good to have something different for a change. If you agreed with me, like. If you disagreed, like or dislike. And subscribe, and maybe even comment. This has been the Uncharted Avenger saying goodbye.